I just remember being really tired in the mission home because you show up and you have no idea what's going on, and you sit in orientation and you have interviews with your mission president, and I just remember being so tired because you wake up really early to go to the mission home and stuff, to fly from the MTC out there, and it was just all a blur to me. Like, I remember just trying to stay awake and pay attention to what was going on, and like I felt like I was in Utah too, because Colorado looks kind of similar, and so I was like, why am I here again? Like, I was just here. It was cool to meet my mission president. I remember being really intimidated, but then he ended up being like the greatest, and it's okay. And meeting my trainer was intimidating too, just because she's really happy all the time, and I was like, whoa, how do you do that? I come from New York City, and I'm a little bit more like cynical and a bit laid back and that kind of thing, and she's from Hawaii, and so she is chatty and she is bubbly and like vibrant, and I was like, do I have to be like this all the time? And it caught on. It was okay. But yeah, it was scary because, I mean, you're going into a complete unknown, like, because I'd never experienced anything like that. You're just completely uprooted and you're put in a new spot, and then you just go and do it. It's like, ah. So I got to the mission home, we did that thing, then we go to a transfer meeting, and at ours at least, the missionaries who are going over the mountain, because we start in Denver, but then you have a 4 or so hour drive out to the other areas in the mission, and we have a transfer train that goes from the mission home to kind of the middle of the mountains to the lower mountains, and then back on transfer day. And so I remember they read our names, and then we just got on the transfer train, and I passed out in the car, and I was so exhausted. And then I just remember being super bright and snowy because it was November when I got there, and we were driving through the mountains, and it just had a huge blizzard, and so it was really snowy. But yeah, I got to the transfer meeting, the area where we met up with all the missionaries, and then we drove the 3 hours to our area and got to know my trainer a little bit in the car. And then we put my bags down and started working, and I was like, wait, I want to unpack. Like, I want to settle in. Like, what are we doing? But we immediately went out and did some finding, taught some lessons, and I found out in the car on my way over that it was a Spanish area, and I was like, okay, cool. I don't speak Spanish at all. I don't understand Spanish, but let's do it. Sounds good. So in the car, she was trying to teach me some simple Spanish phrases so that I could at least participate a little bit, but I just sat there most of the time. And our first night, we actually put someone on date for baptism. Like, my very first day there, I was really overwhelmed because I was like, oh wait, this is real. We do this here. And we taught my trainer taught a great lesson, and the one sentence I knew was from my mission prep class was, yo sé que esto es verdadero y Dios te ama. And it's like, I know this is true and God loves you, and that's all I could say. But I said that in a lesson, and my trainer taught the rest, and we put him on date for baptism, and he ended up getting baptized by the end of that first transfer, and he's one of my best friends. I'm so grateful for that. It's kind of cool because I knew I was in the right place at the right time, even though, like, I wished I had more time in the MTC, and I wished that I had Spanish training and all this stuff, but like, if I hadn't gone English into that area and on that day, I wouldn't have met him. And so I knew I was supposed to be there.